Yes, everybody, it is that time of year again. It is Spotify Wrap time. Now, if you watched yesterday's video, you'd have seen me reacting to mine, but now it is time to roast some of yours. I put a post out on X, which you probably have seen by now, and had over 1,000 replies. In fact, nearly 1,500 replies by the time of recording. So I've been through a lot of these Spotify Wraps, and I'm slightly worried about you lot. Not all of you, of course, but we do need to go through some of the stranger ones that I found in my little journey through the minds and tastes of all you guys, the amazing community of this channel. It shouldn't come as a huge surprise that 3 artists dominated the proceedings. We had a hell of a lot of Drake, which isn't surprising seeing as he had a big release and then a big follow-up release a few weeks later. We had a hell of a lot of Travis Scott, which shouldn't be surprising at all, given Utopia, definitely one of the biggest albums, if not the biggest album released in 2023. And it shouldn't come as a massive surprise that on my channel, the #1 artist that I saw over and over and over again is, of course, The Weeknd. And to finish off this video, I'm handing out 3 awards: the Are You OK Award, the What the Fuck Award, and the Please Touch Grass Award. So make sure you tune in to the end of the video to see some of the craziest shit we've seen all year. But let's go through some of these others, shall we? Okay, now here's a strange one, but I think it's actually indicative of the broad taste of a lot of people that watch this channel. #1 artist, Bon Iver. #2 artist, Yeet. That is a hell of a clash, but I like the fact that we have an audience that is prepared to try a lot of different types of music. Shout out to you. Right, now here's a mad one. Top artist, Doja Cat. 2nd top artist, Elvis Presley. 3rd top artist, Tenacious D, Black Sabbath, and George Thorough. I'm not too sure who that is. But top song, God of War Ragnarok. You're having a hell of a year. I'll give you that. The Doja Cat, Elvis Presley top 2 is not one I was expecting to see. Right, here we go. Here's one I feel is indicative of a lot of the sort of younger members of my audience, the ones that hit that kind of 18 to 24 metric in the YouTube analytics. Top artist, Yeet. 2nd artist, Playboy Carti, Destroy Lonely, Bladee, Uno the Activist. It's not necessarily my cup of tea, but I get it. And I like the fact you're here along for the journey as well. Now here's a wild one. I believe that language is Korean, so I can't read all of that. But #1, Chopin. And 4, Pellini. So a very cultured member of the audience. Shout out to you. Now here's an artist that appeared a fair few times, but given the rest of this list and my taste, we've got Caroline Polachek, that's who I'm talking about, whose album I've still not listened to this year. Criminally so, probably. But look at the 2nd artist, Deftones, clearly one of my favourite bands of all time. And #5 on the list, Elliott Smith, clearly my favourite artist of all time. So I'm like, well, if that person has that taste, maybe there's a connection there between me and Caroline that I need to explore. So I'll get on that ASAP. I mean, I'm not handing out 2 Are You OK awards, but genuinely, are you okay? Dream? Corpse? Okay, here is somebody who's actually not going to win the Please Touch Grass Award, despite 198,201 minutes listened to, and they've been getting extremely toxic this year. The Future is their #1 artist, Metro Boomin, Young Thug, 21 Savage, and ASAP Rocky. How many times has this person heard a misogynistic lyric in 2023? It must be unbelievable. Listen, shout out to all those artists, you know I'm a fan. Now here's an interesting one. A few people posted this. I guess this is what happens when you have Spotify as an app, but you don't use it to listen to. And I've had a lot of people try and send their Apple Music list. I don't even know what you call it. Get the fuck out of here with this shit. We don't want your Apple Music list. Come on. Now here's a wild one, and it's not getting an award because it was sent by somebody who said they found it on Twitter. We call it X now, but it's okay. Juice WRLD, rest in peace. 0.001% of his fans, probably #1, with 176,833 minutes just on Juice WRLD. That does not sound like a healthy thing to do. You would probably have won an award if it had actually been your own Wrapped, but you were honest enough to say it was somebody else's, probably because you didn't want to be associated with that particularly. Nothing wrong with Juice WRLD, of course, rest in peace once again, but that ain't good. Now, Abel, obviously the most popular artist among my community, which, like I said, isn't a massive surprise, but 23,115 minutes together. Let's do a quick bit of maths. That is 16 solid days, day and night, 24-hour days spent in the company of Abel. Hey, I'm sure there's plenty of people who would love to be able to do that, but wow, that is a lot of Weeknd. I mean, I guess somebody had to be, right? Now, a bit of culture here. This is actually from Dobson, who you may know if you're sort of involved in hip-hop Twitter. It's got a good account over there. Billy Woods, Travis Scott, Alchemist Mike, and Arm & Hammer. I think we can all celebrate that as a top 5. Very respectable indeed. Right, now before we get into the 3 awards, I just wanted to highlight one other strange one that I saw. Your top song was Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst by Kendrick Lamar. Nothing wrong with that. You played it 4,124 times, starting on January the 4th. 4,124 plays of a 12-minute and 1-second song, Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst. Now, I actually spoke to Joe, who's editing this video, about this yesterday, and we did the calculation, so let me just bring him up. That is 34 over a month, any of the months. 34 solid days. Solid days. Could you imagine? 1 in every 12 minutes of your year is taken up listening to Sing About Me, Dying of Thirst. Now, a true masterpiece of a song, but that can't be good for your psyche. Such a harrowing piece of music, over and over and over again. I can only assume entire nights were spent sleeping with that song on repeat in your ears. I do worry about some of you guys, man. What the fuck is going on out there? And as a segue, here are the awards. The Are You OK award. This could have gone to many people, to be honest. But if your top artist, Elliott Smith, you know, I've got a lot of love for that. You've got Joy Division in 3 and Jeff Buckley in 4. And your top song is Grace and you're on 82,000 minutes listened. Love Will Tear You Apart is in there. Are You Alright? Like, seriously, are you alright? You may just be a melancholy person that enjoys sitting in that feeling, but goodness me, maybe get a little bit of Venga Boys in there just to brighten up the mood. Fucking hell. Obviously, King Cruel and Weekend are in there as well, but that's a lot, you know. I love Elliott Smith, but goodness me, 82,000 minutes? Grace over and over and over again? Hey, at least you won an award for it. And the award is a thumbs up from me. Right, the Please Touch Grass Award. Now, ordinarily, I think in the previous years, this one would have taken it with 233,424 minutes listened to. Rex Orange County, who I believe is perhaps problematic these days, I don't know. Drake Kendrick, Arctic Monkeys, and 21 Savage. That is a lot of minutes. Let's do the maths. That's 162 solid days of listening to music. That is nearly half of the year with Spotify playing. I'm assuming a lot of these people are just putting it on in the morning, they're sleeping with Spotify, but still, grass needs to be touched. But it's not even the craziest one we've seen. Taking the award for non-grass toucher of the year in 2023 is this, with a near impossible 341,282 minutes listened to. The Strokes, Beach Fossils, Sufjan Stevens, Vacations, Waveform, POV, indie, which is a genre apparently. I have no idea what the fuck that means. What the hell is going on out there in the world? I didn't even know that was physically possible. Maths time. That's 237 days out of 365. 237 days of music listening. Have a breath, man. Stick on a podcast, play a video game, watch a movie, take up a hobby. There's loving something, and then there's that. I worry. I do. I worry. Ultimately, you do whatever makes you happy as long as you're not hurting anybody else. Even if it is as utterly insane as listening to 341,000... No, I can't actually back that statement. Do something else. Come on, man. What are you doing? You need to do something else with your days. It's not good for your brain. Listen, we all love music, but what the fuck? But talking of what the fuck, the What the Fuck Award for 2023 goes to this guy. Number 1 song, WWE, Head of the Table, Roman Reigns. Followed up by the Halloween theme. Followed up by What's New, Scooby-Doo. Followed up by Metamorphosis from Interworld. And then bizarrely, as random as the rest of it, Diamonds from Rihanna. I do worry about a lot of you guys. Nobody is going to beat that in terms of weirdness. That's the weirdest Spotify Wrapped I think I've ever seen. And do you know what's even crazier? Somebody else has Roman Reigns as their top song as well. Maybe I need to go and listen to that right now. Listen, shout out the Tribal Chief. Shout out all of you lot. Spotify Wrapped done for the year. We'll see you next year, and I'll see you on the next video. I just bumped my mic. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Have a good one. Peace.